Hey there, this is Unmesh and today we are going to learn how to center anything in Photoshop. I should rephrase that, how to center anything in Photoshop. What do I mean by that? Well, let me explain. Of course, we are going to learn how to center an image, an object or text in the middle of the frame, in the middle of the canvas. But what if you want to center an object, an image or text in the middle of another object? What if you want to center... Well, you know what? Example is not the best way to understand a thing, it's the only way. So let's jump straight in. But before we begin, I have something to tell you. Don't trust your eyes with perfection. One moment it might look awesome. You go and grab a coffee, do something for a while and come back. You'll find that your image has completely lost it. So don't judge your eyes with perfection. So I have a way, this is the perfect way. This will center your object pixel by pixel, pixel perfect. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I have not one, not two, not three, not four. I have 6 different examples to show you the different scenarios where you might use this function, this method. So let's get started. For the first example, we are going to center text in the middle of the canvas. So how to do that? Make sure that the text layer is selected, okay? And then select the whole of the canvas. How to do that? There are 2 ways of doing it. Select the rectangular marquee tool and select the whole of the canvas. You can do that. Well, the other way is pretty easy. Press Ctrl A. Or if you are using a Mac, press Command A. Whole of the frame will be selected. Then select the Move tool. This is the Move tool, and if you press this, the text will be aligned horizontally, and if you press this, your text will be aligned vertically. So that's pretty easy, pretty quick, pretty simple. Now let's move on to another example. Example number 2. There it is. So this is an object, pretty easy. Same steps. You want to keep it in the center. Simply select the whole of the canvas. Make sure the object is selected, the object layer. Move tool is selected. Align it horizontally, align it vertically. That's simple. Let's move into the next. For the third example, we are going to center an image. Suppose you want to post something to Instagram and Instagram uses a square crop. Nowadays, of course, you can use a 3:2 aspect ratio, but if you want to create a square image and the image that you loaded is not actually square, how do you do that? How do you make it square? How do you crop it in a square way? So I suppose I just loaded this image and I made it bigger. Okay, isn't he beautiful? It's actually a male, of course. Now, you want to keep it in dead center. What do? The same simple steps. Ctrl A, Move to in the middle. Straight, right? Easy. Now, what if you want to keep the whole of the image in the middle? Make it smaller. Right, like this. Do the same steps, Ctrl A, Command A if you're using a Mac, and Move to this one. Simple. Align horizontally, align vertically. Ctrl D. Yes, this is an important step. When you're done with your selection and your selection still appears, to remove the selection, you have to press Ctrl D, Ctrl or Command D if you're using a Mac. Let's move on to our next example. Just ignore my face right there if it's distracting. Okay, now in this example, suppose I want to center the text in the middle of this rectangle. We can do that. I don't want to center the text in the middle of the complete canvas. I don't want to do that. I just want to keep the text in the middle of this rectangle. Any guesses? Okay, I don't know whether you guessed it or not. So you need to select the rectangular object first. So you need to find where is the rectangular object in the layers panel. So this is the rectangular object, as you can see. Now to select this object, press and hold Ctrl or Command if you're using a Mac. Click it. As you hold Command and you move your cursor over this layer, you will see that there is a square shape appeared on the cursor, and with that shape you just click on it and your rectangle will be selected. Press and hold Ctrl or Command, click this, leave it. This will be selected. Then do the same steps. Make sure the Move tool is selected and make sure the youtube.com/pixelperfect, this text layer is selected. Then you center it. Don't forget this step. This might seem a little bit confusing, so let's do a quick summary. So step 1, select the object, press and hold Control or Command, select the object. Okay, select the object. Then make sure the text layer that you want to center is selected. Then select the Move tool and center it horizontally or vertically. And you're good to go. Now let's move on to our next example, second last example. Brush it off. This is one of my latest thumbnails that I've used in one of my latest videos. And what do I want to center here? There is no object that I want to use as a reference to center something. But suppose there's this brush it off group and I want to center it in the middle of his mouth and the end of the canvas. I want to act these 2 points as the end points, okay? As the end points, and I want to keep the text in the middle. How do I do that? There's no object in it. Let's create an object. As simple as that. We don't actually have to create an object, but we have to make just a selection. So select the rectangular marquee tool, the middle of the mouth, drag it from here to the end of the canvas. As simple as that. Doesn't matter what the height of the object is, what the height of the selection is. Then make sure that brush it off, that the object that you want to center, the text or the image that you want to center is selected. Then select the Move tool and boom, you're good to go. So even if there is no object, you can create a virtual object to center things. So let's move on to our last example, and I promise that this is going to be something cool and you will like it, okay? So let's move on to the sixth and the final example. So this is a Mona Lisa painting mock-up. You can move the painting if you like. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? So what if you want to center the painting in the middle of the frame? What if you want to do that? So make sure the frame is selected. So this is the mask of the frame. Okay, press and hold Control or Command if you're using Mac, select the mask and the object is selected. Then Move tool, align horizontally, align vertically, and you're good to go. Amazing, isn't it? Okay, so this is cool. Now let's add some text. Simple. So let's just turn off this layer and let's add some text. As simple as that. Let's type anything we like. Hello from the other side. Okay, let's type that. From the other side. Okay, let's make it a little bit smaller to align with the above phrase. Okay. There you go. Okay, yeah, there you go. Great. Now let's make a group of it. Select both of the layers. To select both of the layers, what you need to do, press and hold Control or Command if you're using a Mac. Click on the other layer and press Command or Control G. It transforms to a group. Now select the frame again. Press and hold Control or Command and select the mask. And make sure the hello from the other side group is text is selected. Then Move tool, center, align horizontally and align vertically. And we are good to go, isn't it? It wasn't that cool. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope this helped because this has haunted me for years, trust me. And if it did help, make sure to give us a thumbs up and do subscribe for more videos like this in future. This is me signing off and I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay tuned and make sure that you keep creating.
Hello from the other side. I must have told you 1,000 times to hit the subscribe, but you didn't do. I can't find words to continue, so bye.